The backyard woodshop.
Today's video, the final chapter in the Outfeed table. I finally got it finished with the features that I wanted. I want to take you along and show you. Maybe you can pick up some things for your shop. Well, when I ended my last video, I had an air compressor in here and it just didn't really work out the way I wanted. It was a little awkward to use it with the hose reel in between the saw and the Outfeed table. Didn't let my hose reel move and articulate the way I wanted. So, and also the air compressor, even though it was muffled, it was getting a little warm when it would run in there. So I just didn't like that idea, so I just scrapped it. I just took the air compressor out and I moved it to a better spot in the shop. Then I added these drawers in here because everywhere else in the shop I've got drawers, and I just like this type of storage because it keeps everything clean and it's easy to get to. So I added a bank of drawers here. The other thing I did during the Christmas season was Peachtree had these casters, workbench casters on sale, so I picked up 4 of those. They're just like the Rockler ones. I can't really tell any difference, so they must all be made from the same manufacturer, and they work fantastic. That way this whole table can be rolled out of the way when I don't need it, if you know, if I need to work on the saw or something like that. So over here on this corner I had this open space. I really wasn't sure what to do with it. Well, I figured out I could just put my some of my workbench accessories there, like my bench hooks. That's what I've been keeping there right now. Works really well. I still like where the nail guns are. That's working out. I could add another section for more nail guns, but right now I kind of like just this open space. And then I've got one shelf in here right now, and I keep all my nails in this plastic box. Still got my another router in here. I don't have the Triton in here anymore. I put a smaller rigid in here because I kind of revamped my routing motors and changed some things. But I've still got my dust collection in there. Still got the bank of drawers over here. I got everything organized in foam in these 2 drawers. Works out really nice. This is underneath the cantilevered section. This is where I've got the switch for the router. So far that's been the best place I've found for it, so I think I'll probably leave it there. Down here I've got 2 other bench casters, so I can lift this whole side up. The other thing is, since it's cantilevered like this, I've got all this open space under here, and that's what I designed originally, was so that I could put my shop vac and my Dust Right Vortex under it. And that works out really well. It's easy to grab the hose out and vacuum dust, but keeps this out of my footpath so that I'm not walking around it all the time. And if I need it to move around the shop, it's easy to get in and out. So this part of the Outfeed table portion has worked out flawlessly. Now I'm going to point out a mistake I made in the original design, that I had the dust collection hose coming out up high like this. That was a big mistake because I didn't even think about the table saw motor being in the way. So I wasn't able to get the table as close to the table saw as I wanted because the hose was hitting the motor. So I went ahead and diverted it down to the bottom now, and that makes it so that I can put the table right against the table saw and yet still have great dust collection. And it worked out even better because now I've got these 2 blast gates connected to the Y, so I can just hook up one dust hose there, and then I can either choose to go to the table saw or the router table. So it ended up being a blessing in disguise to make that change. And then also I added another workbench roller. That'll be the 4th one, and now I can hit all those that I've shown and move this table out of the way when I need to. Here on the top, I went ahead and I routed 2 grooves to line up with my miter slot for some of my accessories, so that the miter bars can come in there. So that works out really nice. I made it now so that I got the table just right up against it as close as I can. There's just a small gap, and that works out really well. Haven't had any issues there. I can still mount my anchor fence right here to these 4 bolts and put it over here if I've got a project where I need a bigger table. So I didn't lose that ability. I've got the Craig insert in here. This is an older one, and it still works fine. It fits my rigid, and got that big top. You know, I tell you, this Outfeed table has really come in so handy since I built it. Big sheets of plywood and things like that are no problem. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. I really appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments below, or you can email me directly at backyardwoodshop@gmail.com. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. That really helps me out. And share this video with anyone you think would be interested. I really appreciate that. Now, until the next time, I see you in the backyard. Alright, welcome to the bonus footage. If you stuck around to the end of the video, your reward is what I did with my air compressor. I put it up into the ceiling. I made a shelf, bolted it to the rafters, and now the air compressor is wired in with the lights, so when I turn on the lights, the compressor comes on and fills back up. When I turn the lights off, it shuts the power off to it. And then I've just got a feed line coming over, and then it goes to my hose reel, which is above my head, so it's easy to grab. When I need air, I've always got it ready, and I really love this space-saving addition. It's much better than when I had it inside the Outfeed table. So thanks for sticking around to the end. Hope you enjoyed the little space-saving tip for what to do with my air compressor.